This is Rogers TV.
Hello, and welcome to the What's Up London show. I'm your host, Jennifer Slay. I'd first like to acknowledge that London, Ontario is located on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, Lenape, and Shononton peoples, on lands connected with the London Township and Sombra Treaties of 1796 and the Dish with One Spoon Wampum. I want to express my gratitude to the Indigenous peoples and their ancestors for what I and my family have received as settlers on the Turtle Island. I also acknowledge our ancestors who came before us, who made many sacrifices to allow us to be here and have the opportunities that we are privileged to experience. It is wonderful that restrictions have been lifted and there are more in-person events happening in our community. You're going to hear from the City of London, Fanshawe College, Forest City Film Festival, and the artistic director from the Grand Theatre. It will be a great show. Our first guests are from the City of London Anti-Racism and Anti-Oppression Division. Kinga and Jill are here to talk to us about an event that has been going on since 2019, the London Newcomer Day. It is an event where participants have the opportunity to hear from successful entrepreneurs, employment experts, and London employers, as well as take part in an employment exhibition. So let's hear more about it. Hello, and welcome to the show.
Hello, nice to be here. Thank you.
No problem. So tell us about what this exhibition is all about.
So on October 29th, which is Saturday, just a few weeks away, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., we'll be hosting the Newcomer Day. So the Newcomer Day is intended to be a way for us to welcome, integrate, and support newcomers in our community. This year we'll be focusing on employment just because, we're coming out of a pandemic. There's a lot of jobs open, and folks are always looking for employment. So we'll be focusing on that. We have about 50 booths during the event where attendees can just kind of browse around and chat about, the services that are available within London. So we also have service providers attending as well as job opportunities. So we have some major city local employers like GD and Maple Leaf Foods and London Health Sciences hosting booths. So you can go and chat about what they have to offer. We'll also be offering things like childminding. So if folks have children, they can come in with them and kind of, have them play around while they go and visit the booths. It's free of charge for everybody to attend. So there's no registration and fees that they have to pay. They can just kind of come out between the 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. and attend the event. We'll have some panel discussions on different topics like entrepreneurship. So hopefully folks have the time to attend and join us for the event and kind of learn about what London has to offer.
Yeah. So how did this event come about?
Municipal Council realized 5 years ago that immigration was absolutely vital to population growth, to the economy, to the culture of London, and so it created the London Newcomer strategy, which has a mission to attract, retain, and integrate newcomers to the city. So there's a community advisory body which does the work. We're supported by staff from the City of London. And London Newcomer Day began in 2019 as one of the activities of the London Newcomer strategy.
Okay. And so is it specific just for newcomers, or is it anybody can attend and get the information as well?
Absolutely anyone can attend, Jen. Of course, newcomers will certainly be there, but we welcome all residents to hear the stories of newcomers and to meet them. And I would like to, in particular, extend a welcome to people who are here on a temporary basis in London, people who are working here temporarily, people who are here as international students. We have a lot of international students in London, over 13,000 of them. Oh, wow. And we're hoping that a lot of them will consider London as their future home.
There's 50, there'll probably be 50 exhibition booths
That's right.
for people to, and services as well
As well as employers. Yes, we really have a great selection of booths already booked, but there are a few more opportunities, and so if someone listening would like to have a booth, they can email us at immigration@london.ca.
Wonderful. And if people want more information, how can they get that?
So we actually have postcards like these throughout community centers and our community service providers where we've dropped them off, so you can always grab them. They're also in other languages like French, Spanish, Chinese, and Arabic. So they're in different languages. We also have posters in public spaces, billboards. There's lots of social media on our web pages like Facebook and Twitter, so you can also visit those. And there is a page on our Get Involved site where it has some information about what the day is, our contact information, and a list of all the folks that are hosting a booth.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, Kinga and Jill. Appreciate it so much, and it sounds like it's going to be an amazing event.
Thank you very much, Jen.
We will be right back.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Your happy place. Easy 1013, the perfect music mix.
Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas you can't see, smell, or taste.
Homes with fuel-burning appliances and/or attached garages must have working CO alarms installed outside all sleeping areas.
Don't let the silent killer get you. Install working CO alarms today.
Blood in the urine is the most common symptom of bladder cancer. Don't ignore this warning sign, not even once.
Night's action on Rogers TV.
You're watching Rogers TV, London.
Welcome back. Fanshawe College is so excited to be reopening their doors for a full in-person open house event where there will be more than 200 programs that can suit anyone from graduating high school students to working professionals looking to upskill or retain. Anne Hamilton is here to talk about the event and how you can be a part of it. Welcome, Anne.
Thanks so much for having me.
No problem. So tell us about the event.
We're so excited. This will be our first time to be able to welcome people on campus in person since 2019. So really exciting for us. We're actually going to have our campuses in London, Simcoe, St. Thomas, Woodstock, and Clinton open that day. And we're welcoming everyone to come and explore everything we have to offer.
Nice. And so what date is the open house?
So it's Saturday, October 29th, between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
Wow, okay. And so who should attend this event?
Yeah, really anyone who's considering post-secondary education right now. So it could be someone who's currently grade 11, grade 12, about to graduate high school. But we're seeing more and more people who are also exploring new opportunities for a new career, or perhaps to upskill, upgrade some marks for a new career path that they might be exploring. So it's really anyone who's interested in the programs that we offer. We see a lot of parents coming through with their kids, and maybe both are interested in Fanshawe for different programs that we offer.
And they go to school together.
Exactly, yeah, which is great. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, and so you said that they're going to be at the different campuses, and all the open houses are going to be the same day on all the campuses?
Yes, it's a big day for us. So we'll have faculty, current students there. People will be able to explore our learning lab spaces, take tours of our residences here in London. So really walk the halls and get a feel for what it's like to be a student at Fanshawe. Yeah.
And there are, you said, over 200 programs?
Yeah, I think we're up to now over 250 programs. So everything from 1-year preparatory certificate programs right through to 4-year degrees that we offer as well.
Okay.
So we've got graduate programs for those who maybe already have university or college experience. And so there's really something for everyone, from business to health. We've got design, we've got aerospace programs, lots of skilled trades programs.
Well, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So that's wonderful. And so this event is going to be, to remind us of the date.
Yeah, so it's Saturday, October 29th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at all of our campuses in London, Simcoe, St. Thomas, Woodstock, and Clinton.
Okay. Now, this event, I'm sure it's not the first time that you've done it. You said that the last time was in 2019, and then you had to do that word that everyone says and pivot. So how did that go?
Well, we shifted to a lot of virtual fairs, sort of having presentations, webinars, tried a whole bunch of different things, but there's really nothing, we can show lots of pictures and videos, but there's nothing like being right on campus and walking the halls and interacting with people, and so that's why we're so excited to be able to do this again.
Okay. How many students attend Fanshawe in the various campuses?
So we have about 20,000 full-time students and almost just as many part-time students, so and that's across all of our campuses.
And what, international students?
We do. We have quite a few international students as well from many different countries around the world. So they're often, all of our current students have an opportunity to actually volunteer during this open house event and share everything they've learned in their program since being there, which is really great for prospective students to hear their voice and hear what it's like to be at Fanshawe.
Nice. So when will or how can people find out more about the event?
Yeah, so they can visit our website. It's fanshawec.ca/open house. There's lots of information there. You can register to get updates as the event approaches. You can actually build your itinerary for the day as well. So we encourage people to check that out, and they'll get more information and make sure they're visiting the campus of the programs they're interested in.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for being here and for sharing this information.
Thanks
good
so much for having
luck.
me.
Not a problem, and good luck with the event.
Oh, we're so excited.
All right. We'll be right back.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We're back for season 3. We've had the opportunity to see some great backyards and have some great barbecue. Join us, Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff.
I'm Mike Jack. I've broken multiple world records for eating some of the world's hottest peppers. Now, I'm challenging London restaurants to make some of the world's hottest food. Watch Jack Up the Heat Mondays at 5:30.
Hi, I'm Dan Mailer. I'm the host of London Lights, the show where we talk about notable Londoners who have made a big mark, big impact on the world of music, entertainment, sports, politics.
Yo. Yep. Okay, I'll be there.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Welcome back. Recently, TIFF, the Toronto International Film Festival, came to close, and I hear it was great. But did you know that London has its very own film festival? The executive director, Dorothy Downs, is here to share and tell us more.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was a nice intro, because TIFF is a huge deal in Canada and around the world. It's a colossal film festival. And we're so excited this year because the Forest City Film Festival has got a lot of the films that were at TIFF.
Okay.
So if you missed them at TIFF, you should check us out, because you might have a chance to see them here in London.
Nice. So tell us about the film festival. What could people expect when they attend?
The film festival is a very, very different experience than going to a movie at a multiplex. You know, that it's not just about getting the popcorn and sitting down and watching a movie on a big screen, having that shared experience, which is lovely no matter what. But at a film festival, you're also rubbing elbows with the creators, and that's a really cool experience. And then having a chance to either talk to them after the film or participate in the Q&As that happen after the film can really give you a different feeling and a different understanding. But even if there's no Q&A, just knowing that they're in the room with you is a very different experience. And there's the quality of listening in the audience. It's a very different vibe. And then of course the films are different every time. It's not that people are going to see the same film over and over and over again, you know, the next showing of the same film, but it's like, what have you seen? What have you seen? So the conversations that happen in the hallway are really dynamic. You know, what did you think of this film? Oh, are you thinking about going to see that film? So it's, you know, it really is, there's a whole different energy. It's so much fun going to a festival. Obviously, I can't recommend it highly enough, but if you've never been to a festival, it really is something to experience. And the idea is you set aside a day or set aside a half a day and go and see a couple of things at once. Don't just tie yourself down to, oh, I'm only going to go see one screening. You really, to get the vibe of the festival, it's really nice to go and see a bit more.
See a bit more. So how do you choose the films that go into the festival?
Oh, it's so much fun. We take the better part of a year to choose these films. Yeah. So we do it in a few ways. First of all, we have films that are in competition, and all the films that are in competition at the Forest City Film Festival have a connection to Southwestern Ontario through somebody on the key creative team, or that it's been shot in the area, or and by the key creative team I mean, you know, writer, director, main actors, producers, sound design, cinematographer, the people who make the creative decisions. And so they can have spent any portion of their life anywhere in Southwestern Ontario. So it's, you know, it's really cool to see. The whole idea behind this is we want to celebrate the talented people that come from within us, among us. And so, you know, that we recognize that there's a lot of talent from this region and they need to be celebrated.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm surprised actually at the amount of artists that are here.
Yes.
Like they're here in London and the area, and it's just been phenomenal just learning more about them, about the festival, because I first heard of the festival last year.
Oh my gosh, well, we've been around now for 7 years. This is our 7th year, so we're really getting quite substantial. And this year we've brought in a new program that are all specially curated. We've taken the whole year, we've searched and scanned all of the biggest film festivals in the world, and we are bringing the best of the world fests to London. So we've got 14 very specially curated films that are coming from all over the world. They're not necessarily connected to us. Some of them are. We just got a very exciting film from TIFF, and so we're very excited to be screening this coming weekend Women Talking, which was the buzz of TIFF. So now it's here in London. If you missed it at TIFF, you get to see it here in London, and we've got a handful of those films. So you have to just go on our website and find them all. If you like comedies, if you like drama, if you like mysteries, we've got it all. True crime, we've got it all. It's really a fantastic selection of close to 90 films.
Oh, wonderful. So how can people get their tickets? How can they attend? What do they need to know?
Easy breezy. You can either come down to the box office. We are open all week, and you can also go online, fcff.ca. The website's very easy to navigate, so you can buy your tickets online or you can buy them in person. Either way works. Checking out the website's a good place to start, though, because you can see the films. And we've got lots on social media, YouTube. There's a lot of explanations about what each film is like, so you can kind of get an idea of what it is you want to watch.
Nice. And where is the box office?
The box office is at the library at the Stevenson Hunt Room across the hall from the Wolf. So the downtown library, the Wolf Performance Hall is one venue, and Imagine Cinemas is our second venue. We've got them both going starting on Thursday night, and until then it's just the Wolf, and the box office is at the Wolf.
Wonderful. Well, this sounds exciting, and I wish you the best of luck with the event.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for being here. We're going to be right back.
Most people that have received treatment for drug use problems are probably going to have a lapse.
Join addictions counselor Dean Anderson for Invisible, Breaking Through the Stigma of Addiction, on Rogers TV.
My dad was a railway porter. It was just about the only job a black man could get. But he had big plans for us. Music would be our ticket out of poverty. I knew we couldn't afford that piano, so I practiced twice as hard.
Nice, Daisy. Okay, Oscar, let's hear it.
Turns out, I wasn't half bad. Then I found jazz, or it found me. It wasn't all easy, though. I faced a lot of hate, but I found my stage. They call me the man with four hands. Well, I don't know about that, but let's see how far this ticket takes me.
From Montreal to Carnegie Hall and far beyond, Oscar Peterson became one of the most recorded and celebrated jazz musicians of all time.
Night's action on Rogers TV.
Welcome back. I am really excited about our next guest. Over the last year, I've had the pleasure to get to know him on a professional, somewhat personal level. And now we all get an opportunity to know him on a real personal level. Dennis Garnham is one of Canada's leading artistic directors and has just released his memoir. He talks about how COVID impacted theatre with a focus on mental health. He reflects on life in London as a gay person who grew up in the Catholic faith, and he takes readers on a unique solo hiking voyage. Intriguing. Please welcome Dennis Garnham.
Thank you so much. It
Thank
is personal.
It
That's
is.
my life in that book.
So, Dennis, how did this come about?
You know, it came about because I needed a break. A year ago, I was losing sense. You know, all of us were having a horrible time, all of us. And I can only tell my story, right? We all have our stories of how COVID impacted us. I was working at the Grand and I was losing myself. I was really desperate and I needed a break. So, and I knew that I needed to do something important with my break, not just sit and think more. We were all thinking too much, right? What I needed was a spiritual connection or awakening. And the Camino de Santiago, which exists in Spain, which is a huge walk across Spain, is exactly that. It's a spiritual, where you start walking down this path and you meet people from around the world and you realize your problem or your worry or your question is as big or as different, as beautiful, as complicated as the next person. So it all happened very fast. I didn't think I would be going on a Camino. during COVID. I didn't think I'd write a book about it, and then I did.
Yeah. And so you said that there was a mental health component to it.
Yeah.
Tell me about
absolutely.
that. Yeah.
So again, like all of us, but I found the first year of COVID very difficult. We were at the Grand, we on that famous March 13th, we was opening night of Room. We shut it down. We told everyone to go home, and that was, we said it would be 2 months. We told that. I remember standing in front of the staff saying, "We'll be back in 2 months."
And then
17 months, 2 years later, exactly,
Yeah.
Room reopened. So in that ensuing time, I had a breakdown unlike I'd ever had, and it was full on falling to the floor on the kitchen table day after day, not knowing what to do. And so it got dangerously bad. Really, I could not see a way out. So I wanted to leave the theater and leave everybody, and then the board, our chair, Anita Shaw, I said, I have to go. I have to leave this job. And she said, I don't think you're done. I think you need a break.
Right.
And so that's really what happened. That opportunity was open to me and gifted to me. And so I took it.
Right. I'm a psychotherapist, as you know, and I find that memoirs, reading people's stories, helps people so much because they can relate in some way, into some aspect. So thank you for the vulnerability to do something like this. How does it relate to the Grand in theater?
Well, when I thought about writing the book, the first thing that I did was I was actually in an airport in Madrid on the way over, and I thought, if I'm going to write a book, I'm going to collect my thoughts. And I started writing. I was sitting there on a little portable keyboard on my phone. I was typing it on my phone. Most of the book was written on my phone, which is crazy, but because I couldn't carry a computer on a hike. But I started writing, and I realized the first thing I started writing about was the shutdown of Room. And I realized that this was my story, but it was our story. It was a theater story, and it was going to be a memoir, but it's also going to be a way to remember this time. So I started to realize that this was a way to tell the Grand story in a way that we could relate. So the first chapter basically is called Opening Night, big question mark, because it didn't open. And then beautifully, thank you world, the last chapter is called Opening Night, without a question mark, because we did open that production 2 years later. And so we got to see that translation. I also used it as an opportunity to kind of share my theater stories. So there's a lot of how I think about theater and beautiful people I've met along the way. So I thought of it as a bit of a love letter to the Grand, because it is the most beautiful building in my entire life. I'm so happy when I walk into that space. And so I think this book will be fascinating reading for people right now, and hopefully, I love what you said, I hope people can feel a connection or a B-A-L-M, in reading it, and a real sense of, I can relate to that. But I also think 10, 20 years from now, we're going to read the book and think, oh, is that how we did things? Is that how that time happened? I think we're recording history, because it is history being made.
It is. And the other wonderful thing about doing something like this is it's your healing journey. Right? It's how you heal. One of the strategies that we often tell people is journal, right?
I never understood it, Jen. I never understood it until I had to, because I worked with an editor, and so he would say to me, I don't understand what you're trying to get at. And I said, well, I don't want to go there. And he said, you need to go there.
Yeah.
And then when I go there, it would be hard and vulnerable, but it felt fantastic.
Yeah.
And then that's when I thought, that's why people journal. I had never journaled before, and this is kind of a really big journal.
Go big or go home, right? Well, thank you so much, Dennis. Thank you for doing this, and I can't wait to read it.
Thank you.
Well, that's a wrap. Thank you for tuning in, and please visit our guests' social media pages and handles. Show our community support so that we can continue to experience the beauty, creativity, and fun that London has to offer. Be well, take care, and I'll see you next week.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
Monday, October 24th is Municipal Election Day in Ontario, an important election to set the post-pandemic course for our community. Turn to Rogers TV for the local results, your comprehensive coverage as the votes are counted. Tune in to find out who's heading to Municipal Council. On election night, Rogers TV leads with local.
It's about sharing and caring. It's about doing and belonging.